Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about learning to not harbor resentment for people that reject you in life. I think this is something that it can be a little bit hard for all of us to do because a rejection in whatever form it comes from, be it a friend or a family member or a romantic interest, it hurts. It makes you feel a certain type of way. It makes you maybe doubt yourself or feel like maybe you've got less value or any number of things that something like this can have that sort of effect on you. But I've just observed that yes, it is easy to harbor some sort of resentment as we come out of these situations. And this could be somebody that you just met, barely getting off the ground within a relationship or just getting to know them, or it could be even somebody that you've been in a long-standing relationship with and they decide to leave. And it's hard to not feel this way, to not have some sort of resentment towards people because they didn't want you. But I've just found like a better way to go and just a better mindset to adopt in life in general. In every single one of these scenarios, even the long-standing relationship that dissolves and a person might leave you, is that if you can just learn to not harbor resentment for them and not hate them for that alone and almost kind of graduate to a whole nother level in a couple of regards as I see it. Number one, it's I think it can be a good thing in that this person is choosing to no longer waste your time or to keep you tied up in something that's going to be maybe destructive for you the longer you stay in it. Because, if being on a one-sided relationship in any form is not healthy, is not fun, and is not good in any sort of regard as far as I'm concerned. So it's like you almost get to be thankful, like, hey, thanks for not wasting my time. Thanks for exiting the situation. Thanks for letting me move on. And thanks for communicating how you feel, obviously, in the sense that you don't want to be involved anymore. And so I think that's something that you can sleep well about at night if you can look at it like that. But the other thing I always try to remember is that this other person, whoever they are, they're just a human being just like you. And they've got things that they like and they care about and that are important to them and that drive them and that rope them in to want to be involved with somebody else. And who are any of us to judge somebody for those things or to hate them for basically admitting that you're not what they want? And that's okay, but it's like they're just as entitled to go out and find happiness as in the same way that you are. And you can't hate people for that. You can't resent them for that. You can't hold that against people, because at the end of the day, as I said, we're all people. We're all the same type of soul. We're all the same type of beings. And, just the same way that nobody can dictate to you what you're supposed to like or what you can like or what you can love or any of these number of things, like you certainly can't dictate that to anybody else, and you can't hate anybody else for liking what they like, kind of thing. So I think if you can keep both of these things in the back of your mind, it allows you to climb to a higher level in life. It allows you to graduate on and mature and become more powerful, certainly, and just it allows you to move on from things quicker and recover from things quicker and not snag up too much in anybody or anything that doesn't want you or that rejects you. And this is just like a whole nother, as I said, level of power, I feel like, in life when you're able to do this sort of thing or to act in this sort of way. And I've talked about this a couple times on the channel, and I wrote an article some time back on the blog about just learning to look at these sorts of situations as more of somebody else's loss as compared to your loss. It's more like they're missing out on something great and something amazing in missing out on the presence that is you as a person. And if you really grow to that point where you know your self-value and you just know deep down what you are and what you bring to the table and all these sorts of things, what you can offer, then you get really good at moving on quickly from these situations. And as I said, I think this is part of it, not holding on to resentment for people, because you're just like, you learn to handle it in a way that's different, and you just start to think of things like, well, yeah, it's too bad you didn't want what I had to offer, but that's your loss. I mean, good luck going out there trying to find somebody else that brings to the table what I do, if you really truly feel that about yourself, you're not going to care as much, or you're not going to, or I don't want to say not going to care. Of course, there's still disappointment when these sorts of situations happen in life, but it's just going to allow you to move on in a healthier way when you're not holding on to this resentment. And think about also too, the last thing that I'll say is that resentment is just like a poison pill. I mean, the longer you hold on to something like that, it's just like taking something hurtful or poisonous every single day and putting it into your body. I mean, the person might be long gone, their presence is long gone, but as long as you keep alive this resentment inside of your heart and inside of your mind and inside of your soul, all that's doing is hurting you, right? I mean, what the other person is off doing whatever they're doing. They're not affected by the fact that you resent them or whatever. That's more on you. That's more something that drags you down in life. So I encourage you to just try to get better at this. Try to work on not holding on to resentment in such a way. And really, sometimes it involves forgiving somebody, but there's another big, very key piece in life that I've learned is that forgiveness is more something for you than it is for anybody else. It's more something that allows you to feel good inside and allows you to move on in a constructive and healthy manner. And it's kind of like the same thing that I just mentioned. It's like throwing that poison pill away forever. Forgiving somebody, getting rid of that resentment, that hate, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, leave those poison pills aside. Move on with your life. Find happiness elsewhere. I'm always talking about the abundance mindset. I mean, there is a gajillion and one other people out there on this earth that can probably make you happier than that person that you're snagging up here about might be, or that you're holding on to resentment for whatever reasons they are. So I just want you guys and girls to keep that in your mind as much as possible as you go through life. I hope that helps you. All right, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk again real soon.